got the top 3 teams today out on French Lake and Faribault. I mean, these fish are units. I think these crappies are built different. They're thick, they're tall. It's pretty fun to watch them come in. They thud when they land into the weigh bag. All 3 of these teams did just that. We got the top 3 teams here today. We'll let them talk to you a little bit about what worked, what didn't work, how they caught their fish. They can kind of have the stage for a bit. First and foremost, 3rd place, you got Brennan and Andy. How'd it go, guys?
A lot different than pre-fishing.
Yeah, a lot different than pre-fishing.
We had a lot of more direct sun and pre-fishing. So the baits they're hitting on pre-fishing they didn't want today with the overcast, and Brennan figured them out with the vertical presentation, started laying those bigs out.
Yeah, threw like a half ant down with, it was like a squished maggot, and just get that little tail dancing, and that's what did it for us. We knew we were going to be combat fishing in the basin with everybody else, so I actually drug my live scope around just to snipe those big fish out of the schools. Then Andy found the bluegills.
Yeah, and the bluegills were just belly down in the mud. You just couldn't really see them on scope. You just see little humps, and you just watch for movement, and we ended up picking them out. And they were onesie twosie, not really schooled up.
The first run we made for the bluegills, we only caught 2,
Yeah.
and then we figured we need to get back to the basin and try to get some bluegills out of there, maybe get some more kicker crappies, but it ended up working that way. We needed 3 kicker crappies, and that's the way it goes.
You guys are having a good season.
Yeah.
Good momentum going into the final.
Yeah, what are we sitting at? How'd you fare?
So we were 3rd in team of the year.
Yeah.
And Conroy and Thomas was ahead of us, so I think we'll bump them. But
Yeah.
I haven't looked to see.
Yeah.
I'll get the results up pretty quick.
Okay.
I think you guys might have slid into 2nd. So it's going to be a shootout, the final event.
Yeah, Washington's going to be fun.
I know someone knows that lake extremely well.
A little bit.
Should be interesting.
Ben and
Just a little
Colby are
bit.
kind of pulling away.
Yeah.
Just a little. Well, good job, guys. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Nice job, as usual. It was a pleasure. Safe travel home.
Yeah.
2nd place, we got Todd and Jeff rocking and rolling. And before I'll let you guys tell your day, but just in case you missed it, these guys got 2nd place without a limit. I don't know when we've had that happen in a while. You guys had giant crappies. I'll just say it before we get to Ben and Colby. You guys get your last couple gills, you guys won this tournament.
Yeah,
So that's a good bag of fish, but let them know how it worked. How you caught your
Yeah,
fish.
we have unfortunately done that math, and yeah, no, it was all on him today. I mean, I did a lot of drilling and a lot of looking with the live imaging and kind of pointing the direction where he needed to go, but he really caught most of our fish today. I don't know exactly what you were doing differently than I was, but whatever you were doing was working, and I was just the net man.
It was just a suspended fish, and you just look for them bigger, heavier red marks, and I just get above them and start with some plastics, use a little meat today, a little bit of everything, and just slow finesse, get into chase, and a couple of them we just almost lost the rod, to be honest with you. It's just bam, and the fight, the rod double over, and you know, it was just good day, but we missed out on 2 bluegills.
Yeah, we needed 2 bluegills to add that last crappie, and we would have had them. But it was we were pulled away from everybody else. We wanted to kind of fish our own stuff. We ended up initially going in near the other teams that were kind of in that basin, and then we pulled out some stuff we found yesterday, and we sat there for most of the day. We started to kind of panic a little bit, trying to find some gills near the end, but ultimately we ended up back off the side of the basin and still upgrading fish as we went along in the afternoon. So it was good.
All in all, it was a lot of fun. It's always fun when you're catching fish, though, right?
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to do this for years now, so this is fun. Yeah, thank you.
It was fun. I was telling some of the guys that we were chatting with over lunch, you know, because some of the guys we're hanging out with haven't followed the tournament scene forever, and I said, do you guys know who Jeff Kelm is? You know his history in the sport of ice fishing? And most of the guys that have been around like, well, yeah. And then some of the guys that are kind of hanging out like, I've never heard of him so much. Like, you just Google him quick.
Yeah.
And so great having you here. Fun to have you. Great finish. Nice job. And you guys got a little bit of a drive home. Both of you guys have a little bit of a drive home.
Yeah. But we'll come back for Washington. We look forward to it.
Well, congrats again, guys. Safe travels, and we'll see you next time. Yeah.
Good job, man.
Yeah. Our top team today, Ben and Colby. I always give these guys a hard time. They probably hate me. You guys just get it done. You catch fish. We had a great conversation yesterday. Nice got to see you. Got to chit chat a bit. Got to laugh. That's when it's fun. You guys come out here for a bunch of days. You guys fish hard. You pre-fish. Was there any part of this lake you didn't look at?
Very little. Very little.
Because I watched you guys yesterday in the 4 or 5 hours I was here. probably cover half this darn thing. So
It was one of the most frustrating pre-fishing we've had.
Was it?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
A lot of areas that just not materials in it.
Everything led you back to the same area where the best fish were in one area.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just no doubt about it.
Bluegills and crappies.
Couple bluegills.
Yeah.
Actually, filled our bag on bluegills on a boulder, a random boulder, 25 foot. There was bluegills around it.
Yeah.
That's the only fish around it.
I don't know what we would have done without that.
No.
Because we checked like 4 or 5 other spots. And,
Yeah.
They pan out.
But no, it's a grinder for sure for the right fish.
Well, let them know how you caught them and anything you want to say or add. Go for it.
Well, we just started out trolling through a lot of areas. First kind of area we thought they would be, they moved off of it just a little bit, but
We knew the break. There was a certain break that
Yep.
they were on. It was almost like a horseshoe shape.
Yep.
We just trolled through that until we found the ones that we thought we needed. Got into them. 1, 2. I talked to him. He had one. I had another one. All of a sudden, before you know, we had our 8 crappies that we wanted to get. And they're like, oh boy, we better get bluegills.
Yep.
We knew they were going to be
right
in
away.
trouble.
Yep.
Come back, went check 3, 4 spots that didn't pan out. We're like, hey, what about that boulder? Let's go look at that boulder.
That was our last thing. Otherwise,
that was
we
our
would have
throw.
checked
We
out
get
on
out there and
bluegills.
It's the magic boulder.
Yep, magic boulder.
he comes over to me. I think I had 2 of them flopping there. He's like, oh, you got bluegills,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
We figured
Yeah, it was because there was like 4 of them there, and I cambered it I cambered it, and any bluegill you saw, you're darn right, you put a waypoint on it pre-fishing. And there was 5 of them sitting there looking at me during pre-fishing. I was like, oh, this might play later. So, yeah.
Been kind of a theme, I feel like, last year and this year that bluegills have been tough to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know why or how. It could be just dumb luck in the lakes we picked, but I feel like Shields last year down here, right? Guys would have paid $50 a gill to be on.
And the hardest part, the bluegills in this lake, there was no shallow water bite in this lake. Everything was 15 or deeper for sure. And the fish that we found on live scope, you shrunk the cone down because you wouldn't see them if you didn't shrink the way down.
Yeah.
They were that tight to the bottom. And then literally, you just see something just wiggling on the bottom, and it'd be a bluegill.
Yeah, we actually went through some areas that twice, because last weekend we came here just on Saturday because it's not too far of a drive for us. But so we left on Saturday and neither of us had seen a bluegill, and we're like, oh, we better analyze some stuff again because there was sometimes live scope wouldn't even pick them up on they're just hugging the bottom. It is insane.
Shrink the cone down to 20 feet, and you're like, oh, there he is.
Yep.
That's a good tip for anyone listening because, I scanned a lot yesterday and I did not do that.
Yep.
And we caught some bluegills, and a couple spots we caught them at, I was like, I didn't even see them on forward facing. So
Yeah.
You don't see them unless you shrink it way down.
Yep. Yep.
well, there's a good tip if anyone's watching that to pull out for sure.
Yeah.
Just giving away a pretty good secret.
No, that's all right.
But hey, I'll tell you what, that's what's cool about these guys. I got a son that fishes the league. You guys know Jackie's 14. He always comes back pre-fishing our tournament day saying how much guys like you have helped him, teach him. So that's one of the things we pride ourselves on in the UPL is camaraderie, competitiveness.
Yep.
You guys want to win, right? But at the end of the day, you also want to help people and teach and educate and learn on your own. So
Kid yourself. There's guys that were nice enough to teach us a lot.
yeah.
Yep.
NASC guys, just watching them guys, the ones that fished this thing last year, made everybody better.
We all learned from somebody else. It wasn't like we were born this way.
And now you're making other people better. So,
Yeah.
guys, I can't thank you enough. Congratulations. I'll get the numbers tallied up for everybody, but you guys are going to have a pretty healthy league going into the final tournament. So keep grinding, travel safe, enjoy the kid, man. You got a new addition, like we said, and we'll see you guys on Washington.
Thank you much.
You got it. Congratulations. Well, there we go. Top 3 teams on French Lake. Another beautiful day. It's now sunny, but we had some fun. We had a lot of brats today, a ton of brats, had a lot of laughs, had some great guests come in here. Thank you, Sobe, again for joining in, and we'll catch you next time.